Welcome to the show. Now, this week we sign up for the launch of a new kind of office space, One Africa Media. Trust me, when you see this office space, you'll want one just like it. This week, we checked out an office space that is rather unique, to say the least. From the design of the place with the rustic vintage feel, all recycled by the way, to the culture and the environment.
We're very happy with the design. It was done by Vianella Modular Design, and the brief we gave them was around things that are very important to our strategic objectives. So if you think about scaling a company that fast, you can't really have meetings and hierarchy. By the time you've had the meeting, the opportunity's gone. And so our culture is very much around employing great people, attracting great people, giving them the freedom to do what they want to do.
Employing great people.
Yes, and in order to achieve the objective. And so we don't tell them what to do, and we just tell them, we have an alignment about the goals, and then we give people a lot of freedom and resources to do that. So the space is very open, very free, and it's really a service space to provide people with the facilities that they need to be successful. But also we asked Vianella Modular Design to build in the concepts of teamwork, collaboration, changing the thinking that people have about what is normal, and just the culture of openness and transparency for rapid decision making and communication.
One Africa Media hosts 8 companies in Africa, West, South and East Africa, with 4 of them here in Kenya: Byrent, Cheki, Brighter Monday and Safari Now.
So I think internet really came to Africa in a big way in September 2010. And so in the countries we're in, that's 400 million people. And so if you think about how you can build an audience of 400 million people, that's 20 times bigger than any national newspaper in Kenya or any telephone company in Kenya. And so how can you achieve that audience size in the space of 2 or 3 years? You really can't grow that organically in the way you normally do. So the innovation that we use to scale that fast, we obviously have started some companies like Cheki ourselves. We've invested in existing businesses in different countries, and sometimes we acquire and buy companies as well. So we're using a combination of organic growth, mergers and acquisitions, investments to rapidly scale these concepts through the continent.
And indeed, when you look at the space, very open, casual and free, with creative props to remind you what they're all about.
Space is very open, very free, and it's really a service space to provide people with the facilities that they need to be successful. But also we asked Vianella Modular Design to build in the concepts of teamwork, collaboration, changing the thinking that people have about what is normal, and just the culture of openness and transparency for rapid decision making and communication. And so some of the things you'll see in our office are the information of the company is on the walls of the company. There's no walls.
Yes.
There's no clocks. There's not really any titles or saying this is the accounts department. People are free to move around. But also you'll notice small elements of the brand. So for example, there's a lot of automotive features, or if you look at this table here, it has wheels. In fact, a lot of our furniture has wheels. Also because we're a Kenyan company, Kenyan origin company, everything you see in this building is made in Kenya, local artists, local designers, local suppliers, local contractors. So that is also about this concept of creating the new normal. So if you look at this table, for example, it used to be a pallet. Or if you look at our boardroom table, it used to be an aeroplane. Or if you look at the concept of a meeting room, we don't really have meeting rooms. So a ping pong table can be a meeting room. And so these games and things like that are about giving people the opportunity to interact in a person-to-person environment where they communicate, sometimes about the game, but very often around work-related things. Also, we've brought in the concept of a family. We have a very strong Cheki family or a Brighter Monday family, and so you'll see things in our office that you'd normally find in the home.
And then he said something that will probably get all employers thinking otherwise.
Well, I think, Kenyans are very entrepreneurial people, they're smart people, and so this notion that you have, in half of the day you're a worker, and then the other half of the day you are who you are, we don't like that idea. We just want to be people and give people the environment where they can just be who they are and be successful, because generally people are better at being themselves than being somebody else.
Now, the corporate world is indeed changing. Other good examples are like the Google offices or Facebook, and even here at Radio Africa, we're trying to keep up. The unconventional workplace is the way to go. color, open space, interesting props, quotes on the walls all play a role in breaking the mold and introduce a unique working environment to the team and hopefully inspire genius ideas along the way. Well, we spoke to an employee, manager of Checky.co.ke, about his experience at One Africa Media.
What I like about working at One Africa Media is there is a good culture. We are here, we call it the One Africa Media family, and it's a free culture whereby we get to have free time. You know, you can work from wherever you are. You can work from your living room at home because we work in a cloud, and all you need to do is check, because this is an internet company. So we embrace the technology and we work with in Google and the CRMs. So you're just free to do whatever you have to do, wherever you are, anytime, may it be traveling, may it be in your bed. So the free culture gives me more time to construct my time and give more output.
Expound that to viewers at home and also to me. What is the cloud concept?
The cloud concept is integrates all the applications in one area. We have access to the CRMs and the enterprise resource plans, and also we have integration of emails through Google Apps. We can access all these emails wherever you are through your phone. We have, of course, you understand the iPhone, Apple Store, the Google Android. As long as you have a smartphone, you can work from wherever you are.
You have to have a smartphone to work here, pretty much.
Yeah, of course, yeah. This is by default. This is one of the basic requirements.
So there is no structured 8 to 5?
There's no structured 8 to 5, I can say that. But funny enough, you will find people in the office as early as 6:30 a.m. Because people can come in early and then leave by the late afternoon or early afternoon to run their errands. So it doesn't have to be 8 to 5, but you can come at 6 and leave at 3, or come at 10 and leave at, I
really like that concept. So you get to plan your time and be a more productive employee and also more productive parent or partner.
Yeah. So a good example is that if you're a parent, if you're a mother, you have a small child at home. So the culture goes a long way because they tend to appreciate it more because they leave work early, pretty early, because they have, the One Africa Media culture is that these are family, and we value the families back home. So you need to spend some time with them as much as you have targets to hit back here at work. So it's a free culture whereby we give them time to live, to tend to your young ones, and yeah.
For you, do you feel the balance? Are you able to balance your personal and your work life?
Yeah, pretty much. I feel I have the balance, because what happens is that when you stuck somewhere, you can leave your home early and you're stuck somewhere in traffic. So we don't like wasting time. So if I know there's crazy traffic, I check out on Twitter, there's traffic along my route. I prefer to take an extra 1-2 hours back at home and work. When traffic clears, I just come over, I bump in the office. So it means there's more productivity based on the model that we work with.
Now, don't you wish you had a similar workplace where you could get up and relieve some stress by playing a game or two, or jam to some music, or simply unwind with a drink at the counter? Non-alcoholic, of course. Well, that's One Africa Media for you, setting new trends in Kenya. We take a short break now, back in a few minutes.